Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. How is everybody this fine Woo-Woo Wednesday? And I know I told those of you that were here on Friday or that watched Friday's live stream that I would not be here on Wednesday. But I decided, well, it's because our normal time spot, we have something going on at Boston School. So I just decided, well, I have some stuff I had planned to do today, but I can still fit in a live stream if we took maybe no more than 3 donations and just did a quick collective reading and didn't do the giveaway and the drawing. I know, but it's better to get a little something than nothing at all, maybe. And then, of course, Friday, we are doing the pick a card. We already drew the cards for that pick a card at the end of last Friday's live stream. So those of you that were really excited for that, that is still coming same day that we had planned initially. This is just kind of more of a quick hello, hi, I missed you guys. I didn't want to wait all the way till Friday to see you guys. But yeah, so we're going to start with a collective reading, and then we can take up to 3 donations today. 3 spots are available. And reminder, no giveaway, no drawing, just because it's quick, short, and sweet. How you guys doing? And I will go more in depth, and we'll have more time to hang out and do our thing on Friday. But I didn't want to miss you guys, so here we are. So check on in if you're here, say hello, give a like on the video if you feel so inclined. That helps. Maybe not. I'm not sure at this point. I don't really get enough likes for it to probably matter anyway, regardless, this way, that way, whatever. But yeah, like, things have been energetically interesting. Let's just put it that way. There's a lot of shifting. Let's just say shifting. People are changing, some for the better, some not for the better. If you're looking at any kind of social media or online stuff, I just went on there. My aunt was actually in town, so I was just really connecting basically with my ancestral stuff, because she brought a whole bunch of pictures from my dad's. And so she's my dad's sister. So it's my dad's side of the family, both his mother and his father. I think I'm 1 generation farther into my research on my dad's mom's side than I've ever been, but then I still hit a brick wall. So I don't know. Oh no, you're sick in bed. I am at hour, let's see, 11, 12, 1. About 2 more hours I'm on 24-hour fast. But I did take some oregano oil because I noticed yesterday and today I took some oregano oil because I noticed a little kind of yuckiness in my throat, just kind of that every time you swallow, you kind of feel a little sore throat coming on. I noticed it's a little bit better since I did the oregano oil this morning, but oh, you're doing the 30-day reset fast next month. Oh, that's so cool. I'm fingers crossing trying to make it 3 days right now. I'm about 21 and a half hours right now, almost 22 hours, maybe somewhere in there right now, currently. And I'm actually really fine. And I tried to do a 24-hour water fast about 12 days ago, if I'm doing my math properly. During that time after it's the manifestation phase, is like your ovulation phase, and then whatever that little bump of time where you can do the ketobiotic thing again. I can't remember the name of it, but I tried to do a 24-hour water fast at that point, and it just wasn't in the cards. Like, I was just so hungry and I was moody, and I needed food and sustenance. And right now, though, I'm feeling just great. So I almost have day 1 ticked off of this 3-day water fast. Almost. Around 1:30 my time, I think, is about 24 hours. Between 1:30 and 2. I'm not sure what time I finished eating lunch with my aunt and my cousin and my sister yesterday, but somewhere between 1:30 and 2. Maybe closer to 1:15. I don't know. Somewhere in there. But I'm feeling good. I'm actually feeling really good. And I'm not a person who loves fast. Like, I love like shorter, like anywhere from 15 to about 20-hour fasts feel very easy for me. I got it. But then we start getting closer to 24 hours, and I'm like, I need food. And the longest I've ever gone was 50 hours. So I've never done a 3-day water fast. So we're going to see how far I get I'm in a good mental space, and that for me is most of it, actually. I can deal with the hunger pangs and just that general feeling of I just want some food, but it's the mental game for me. That's where it gets me every time, and I'm just every time I not so far on this 3-day water fast. I'm still good, but last not that last time, but the time before, and I forgot to do that when I was trying to attempt that water fast or 24-hour fast about 12 days ago, to just invoke my true spirit to come in and help me, help me. Yeah, so I'll check in with that on Friday because I should still be fasting Friday. Because let's see, so from Tuesday to Wednesday, Wednesday to Thursday, Thursday to Friday. So I'll be able to eat after the live stream on Friday. That's where we're at. So I'll let you know if I made it that far. You guys will be the first to know since you'll be here, and I'll be here. And who knows? Maybe I'll want to end the live stream so I can go eat. But no, I probably won't. I'll just have everything ready so that when the live stream ends, I can just go right over there. I don't have to cook anything or do anything, and just eat. I'll just be able to eat. Unless for some reason this is the thing, when I get migraines, it's really difficult for me to have a migraine and also be like super hungry and like have all this just noise going on in my energy. So if I do develop a migraine, I'm most likely gonna have to break that fast just because that's what I probably will have to do. But again, calling in my spirit to keep everything clear and my mental game sharp so I can keep going. Oh, you lost 9 pounds just from doing intermittent fasting 11 to 7 this month. See, I mean, it's like a miracle. Like if people think, oh, just only eating an 8-hour window, but not changing what I'm eating. Yeah, that's not going to do anything. Oh my gosh, it does. It so does. Like you don't even have to change your ways. Just get all your ways in within an 8-hour window. If you're doing the 16-8. But women specifically, men too as well, but women, we need to fast on a cycle. We need to keep our body, our hormones regulated. Even if you are post-menopausal, you still want to keep your hormones regulated because you still produce hormones. I think it's your adrenal glands. No, something. There's some other systems within the body. You're still producing again, don't quote me exactly on this, about 40% of the hormones you were before. So you don't lose 100% of your hormones and like everything's horrible. No, the 60% that your ovaries and uterus and all that we're doing are just like that torch has been handed off. About 40% of what's going on to other systems, places, organs in the body. Again, you can do more research on that if you want to know specifics. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right. But yeah, women still we need our hormones to be balanced even after menopause. So fun fact, if you did not know. But men, they can fast whenever, wherever, all the fun things. But like with my husband, he's doing it as well. But he just needs to vary his fasts. So he can't just, go do like a 24-hour fast every day and just expect to keep getting big, good results. I mean, you'll still get the good gut results, but as far as maybe weight loss benefits or something like that. Sorry, I gotta sneeze. Tickle my throat, now I gotta sneeze. It's going away. But there are some days where he maybe does need to just not fast at all. Even though he's like very apprehensive to do that. I'm like, you gotta vary your fasts. Just because you gotta keep, especially for men that just keep that body guessing. If you're just doing the same thing in this routine, which that's the thing for most people, they want a routine so they don't have to think, they could just jump in and do what they do. But we gotta keep our bodies guessing. That's pretty much the crux of it. All right, enough rambling from me. We're going to get into a quick collective reading, and if we don't have any donations come in, this will just be a short and sweet hello, hi, hey, hi, hello, how are you, and quick reading, and then we'll see you guys Friday. But let's get in. I just actually want to start with the tea leaf oracle. This was left out from last live stream, and I'm just like, let's do it. Let's just keep these out and see what comes out. I used to use these on Patreon all the time, and they were like bang on for so many people. Not that I had so many people on Patreon, but most of the people that would do the weekly collective reading, it felt like a personal reading because these are, oh, you love this deck. Yeah, Linda, you were on Patreon. You remember those days. I miss doing those. Those were so fun. All right, here we go. What do we need to know? Those of us watching now and on the replay or at any time into the future, now a moment, we have Beryl. You feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. And it's not to say that maybe you don't have that love, money, or goals, but you're feeling like it's not quite where you want it. Or for those of you that are feeling this kind of directionlessness right now, maybe you already know, what you need to do or what those goals will be, but maybe you're waiting for that self-love to really kick in and help you get going on it. Or maybe you're waiting for some money to be able to make some purchases, to be able, sometimes you got to spend money to make money vibe. So some of you might be waiting on some money to come in so that you can start really taking action on some goals. And others of you are actually in the very near, I would see within the next 2 weeks, it's 11/11 as I'm saying this, you might be seeing 11/11 a lot. But in the next 2 weeks, you're actually solidifying some goals, or maybe an idea, this epiphany, this aha moment is coming to you, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can do that. And maybe you're not taking action right that second, but you're like, new paths are alighting for you and aligning also for you. All right, here we go. What else does our little collective watching now and on the replay need to know? We have younger woman dealings or relationship with a younger woman. This could be someone you work with, a family member, a friend, a child, whatever. But you're going to be dealing with someone. This can even be, if you are a woman, a younger version of yourself that's coming up for healing. That's a big thing I'm personally doing right now. Not just physical healing with my body. That's mostly that's pretty much exactly, completely what I'm doing my fast for, is just gut health, gut healing, and just healing everything in my body. I don't care to lose weight specifically. I'd like to lose a little bit of fat here and there and everywhere, but weight loss is not my goal. But I'm doing a lot of like inner child, inner teen, inner 20, inner 30, inner early 40-year-old versions of myself healing, and just allowing just beautiful results to come through. And it's so exciting what I've been doing with my shamanic journeys. There's so much I just want to like spill it all out and tell you guys, but like there are certain things that just feel sacred, and like you just need to just keep them to yourself. But the vibe is healing. The vibe is health and wealth. And your wealth is your health, if you think about it. Because if you're not healthy, you can't work, you can't make your living, you can't maybe get out and do all the things. And the wealth of your health is also just being able to experience life not in pain or not in sickness. All right, we have bags, something important, such as a new job or a raise. Like I said, these cards are amazing. I love these. But that's what I was saying. Some of you may actually be getting, that money you're waiting for. It's coming in. And this, for someone watching, could be some sort of back pay. If it's not like physical paycheck back pay, like, oh, we promised you this raise or promotion, but it never happened. Well, now we're promoting you and we're going to pay you back from the last 6 months when we said we were going to promote you, but we never did until now. For one person watching, that might be the exact scenario. But for most of you, this feels very much like a karmic payment back to like a good karma coming back. Like all of that you have reaped in the past that you were not able to, actually, or that reaping, you were not actually able to have that reaping. Now you're going to be able to do that. And it just may be coming out of the blue and you're like, whoa, where's all this awesome like ideas and blessings and random money and good connections and people paying it forward to me? Where is this coming from? You don't have to feel like you don't deserve it, because this is from maybe even past life stuff, but specifically past in this life as well, where maybe you were left holding the bag, or, you put all this effort and work into something and it just flopped, or you thought you were doing a really good thing and people were making fun of you, or, whatever it is. But that payment for that with interest is what I'm hearing just now. That payment is coming back with interest to bless you in the next 2 weeks. Yeah. So this reading feels very affirmative of the next 2 weeks. Not to say it can't reverberate into the future farther than that, but for sure the next 2 weeks. Come on now. See why Linda and I love this deck. Basket, recognition, and reward for merit. There's your recognition for that thing that flopped, or, people just not giving you your due. There's your reward for your merit, for showing up. This is the 9 of Pentacles. This is you reaping what you've sown. Literally, there's your harvest. We were talking about that harvest a second ago. There it is. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. And basket. Even if you feel like energetically, if you just kind of close your eyes, tune in, how full is my basket? Well, sometimes if your basket's overflowing, you're going to have a lot to give other people. But if you're sensing that basket's kind of rock bottom of the barrel, we got barrels and baskets. We have, and bag. Oh, I just noticed this. We have 3 containers here, you guys. This feels very important. This feels very, that's not normal to have this many containers. So you have to almost ask, Okay, as far as, let's just use the basket as our main example here because it's easy to see. So is your basket filled with, I'm seeing like an apple in my mind's eye, like that's knowledge to me. But like, is there limiting beliefs in your knowledge bank? Are there false assumptions of, history? Maybe you think this is true, but actually that's a complete lie that's been sold to so many people. And, no one's wrong for believing something that we've been told, just from birth or even before was true, even though it's not. So some of you may be literally weeding out the abundance or the basket of information, of knowledge, of maybe even physical items. For some of you, you're weeding out just what doesn't feel abundant to you. You're letting go, you're offloading. And that doesn't mean you have to go pawn it off on someone else if you feel it's literal garbage. Just throw it away. We don't have to feel guilty for letting go, and that could be energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all the things, letting go. But this is a very, very on and poppin' message here that there's something that wants to come in. But if your bag is full of junk and stuff that you're just kind of like, I don't even know why that's in there, clean out these vessels before this abundance can come in, and then more abundance can come in. More of what you're looking for, energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally speaking, can come through. Hello, ladies. Welcome, welcome. I'll do some shout outs when we're all done. All right, what else do we need to know? Those of us watching now and on the replay. And this feels, again, like about the next 2 weeks or so. Scissors, disappointment in some affair. But also, this is about us cutting out or removing, letting go of what no longer serves. Because scissors can literally take one thing and make two out of it. Think of cutting a piece of paper in half. Now you have 2 pieces of paper. Yes, they're each smaller than they once were, but there is some maybe disappointment for some of you. This feels like disappointment in some, like a sister relationship, or someone that feels like a sister. Could even be a close coworker, someone, she's like maybe you call her your work wife or something. She says something. That's what I'm hearing, is like saying something. She says something that's very disappointing. It doesn't feel like it's directed at you, but maybe it's just her opinion on something political or something with the news. And you're like, wow, I never would have thought she would have agreed with that. Oh my gosh. Or disagreed with that, whatever it is. This disappointment doesn't feel long lived. And for some of you, it has nothing to do with this younger woman. Because again, collective reading. So I'm getting lots of different little messages and downloads here. For others of you, this is something that you maybe started and you're realizing, yeah, I don't even want to put any effort into that relationship, that project, that whatever it is, and you don't have to finish it. You don't always have to finish what you start. And I think that's a lesson for some of you this next 2 weeks or so. What else do we need to know? All right, this one flipped. Grasshopper. Love it. So it says situations in the balance that require careful handling. And that can be, again, for some of you, I just saw like a bonsai tree in my mind's eye. I don't know, maybe because I said grasshopper. I don't know. But like, cutting away what's no longer serving of the bonsai tree to shape it and sculpt it and make it really beautiful. But there's also this point of no return, or this point where we've maybe gone too far and we've cut too much. And now I'm seeing in my mind's eye this one episode of Saved by the Bell way back in the day where Mr. Belding, like throughout the episode, he's trimming this bonsai tree, and by the end it's just completely bald of anything, because he's trimmed way too much. He's gone too far. It doesn't mean maybe bringing that bonsai tree back to life, but you're realizing kind of your own personal point of no return with a situation, possibly some of you with a person you're dealing with, that you're just like, yeah, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I don't want to jive with this anymore. Like, that's the word I'm looking for. I just don't want to be in this energy anymore. And you're literally, some of you, cutting it out. But I would say instead of cutting it, remove it by the roots. That's just more beneficial all overall. And then you can kind of almost cauterize the connection on your end and just let the other person deal with their connection to the situation. Let's see. Now we're going to move over to this deck. Okay. We'll get 2 cards from this deck and maybe 1 from another deck where we're feeling called. Maybe we'll get a mindful message as well. And reminder, I will be here this coming Friday. So 2 days from now. All right. These 2 want to come out. All right. And Michelle has donated for a 1-card pull. So we'll get her after this. So we have Spirit of the Tree, Nature, Priestess, and Inner Peace. We were just talking about the bonsai tree, although this looks more like a, kind of got the cherry blossom thing going on, but looks like an ancient tree. And it says here, if you're in need of a lesson, there is wisdom in the trees. So literally getting out and connecting with a tree. Yeah, the spirit of the tree. And then number 12 might be relevant for someone. I know before we reach October 12th, the 2 weeks of this reading kind of timeline will be up, but that just might be relevant, or you're seeing that number a lot. We also have the number 16, which is the tower. Yes, the tower. I had to think for a second. Like, yeah, that's one of my life path cards. The tower and the chariot both add up to 7. But after that tower moment, after you're cutting out, that scissor, or you're offloading the things out of your containers. Oops, as I drop our basket here. You're offloading the things out of your containers that just don't need to be there anymore. That almost acts as a tower moment, but it says the awakened dead, resilience, nirvana, and self-appreciation. And it's almost like once you cut away the extraneous, cut away the BS, you can actually appreciate what is like the purity of the situation, your body, your closet, whatever it is you're clearing energy from. You're going to realize, the purity of what's left behind, because what's left behind is the pureness of it. And it says, all things that almost broke me, the things that almost broke me were the things that most awoke me. And oh man, is that ever true in this realm? The things that almost broke me were the things that most awoke me. And it's usually, because people are, a lot of times as people can be like, well, how can she live with that boyfriend treating her like that in that situation? Like, if that were me, I'd be out. But we don't know the exact nuance and ins and outs and whatever's going on in that relationship. And it's almost like maybe, yes, it looks chaotic from the outside, and maybe it's even chaotic on the inside, this friend of yours or whoever's having this poor relationship that you're deeming as a poor relationship. But we almost find a comfort sometimes in the discordant energy and the discomfort and the chaos. Sometimes we can find comfort in that because it's what we know. It's the normal. But then when this is the point most people reach, is when it's more uncomfortable to stay in that chaos than it is to take that leap of faith, move on, make a change, make a shift. That's when the tipping point usually is when it's more uncomfortable to continue in the same energy. And that's why, people can go years, decades, even in poor relationships, poor health, bad habits, whatever it is, because the discomfort of being in it is not as uncomfortable as making the change. But when that tipping point is, and for someone watching, this is a very important piece of information, maybe even just for one person, but when you just realize enough is enough, you can really just open up a whole new world for yourself. And maybe this is even just advice or information or wisdom you're passing on to someone in your life. And you just hearing it today gives you the words you need to help somebody, quite possibly. All right, here we go. Let's get a mindful message before we close out, and then we're going to move on to Michelle's donation. And Michelle's is the only donation I have thus far. So anyone else looking to donate, we have 2 more spots open today before I have to go. You can get your donation in, and we'll take care of your question for you. All right. We have 2 that just literally fell into my lap. So energy's coming in. We have magic and casting spells. So I'm going to read each one of these for you. So this is over the next 2 weeks or so. We'll start with magic. There is magic and miracles all around me. Where others see coincidence, I see evidence of life's synchronicities. I love filling life with wonder and magic. It's way more fun that way. And isn't that so true? That's so true. Put that down. Okay, and casting spells. And that's like the words we speak are literally, it's called spelling. We spell out words every time we speak. Not only when we write them out, but when we speak, we're spelling words. The words I speak and the stories I tell are like spells. What I say and believe, I attract more of. Again, with that abundance, clearing out those limiting beliefs so we don't keep attracting, filling up our basket, our barrel, our bag with all these limiting beliefs. If we can get to the root cause of some of these limiting beliefs and kick them out, nix them out of there, 86 their asses out, we will have all this room for this new positive energy and light to come in. So yes, I attract more of it. So I shift my story from lack to abundance, from victim to empowered, and from compliant to gratitude. Oh, compliant to gratitude. Now when I speak to others through my words, I am casting beautiful spells. Because spell casting is not wrong. It's just, are we casting the right spells in alignment with our true spirit? Or are we not? So important information coming in hot. All right. And Florence has donated as well. All right. Okay, so I'm going to stagger these back in the deck. Yeah, 4-leaf clover came out good. Great good fortune. I still can't believe we got 3 containers, though. That was crazy. That was cool. I love it. I love when things like that happen. And you can just see, you know, usually if you pull more than one, you can start to see, you know, a story being told. But when you, usually if it's 3 or more, you can really start to tell a story. Oh, I would totally timestamp that for you, Florence. Absolutely. All right, Michelle. Let's get into Michelle's question. Since I'm only doing water, I better drink some water. All right. For Michelle. Okay, she wants to know, will October be a better month for me? My back pain has a big flare-up and my birthday is coming up, but my well-being has been pretty low. Oh, no. Well, let's start with the tea leaf oracles. And this is a 1-card pull, but you know me, I'm never just going to do 1 card. So we're going to get into it. Oh, you're so welcome, Linda. Thanks for hanging out with us. Always a pleasure. Tuning into Michelle's true spirit. She's had this big flare up with her back. Her birthday's coming up. Her well-being has been pretty low. Will October be a better month? Let's see what's going on for Michelle in October. Will this be a better month? We have Ink Pot. Problems to be resolved. I love it. This is such a special deck to me. I don't know why I don't use it all the dang time. I used to, but I need to get back into the practice of using this one all the time. Yeah. So something that you're dealing with now. And purple, I always, for whatever reason, I know most people would probably associate the color orange with October. I always associate with this really deep royal purple. Just what I've always done, just in my own thinking. And so many of these like fall themed candles for my friend that I made her, purple, and almost this like royal bluish color for this one, but like that's just dark purple. So purple, that like really dark purple, like you see here in the Ink Pot, would be a very big power color for you this month, or in October, Michelle, or leading up to October and then through October. But yes, there's some problems that are going to be being resolved for you. All right, so we've got 1, 2, and I want the top one of these. Okay, so in what area? Okay, so we have the marriage house, this is the astral house here. So even if you're single, this is indicating the 7th house. So that's really anyone who's not you, but usually people you form some sort of partnership with, be it a romantic connection, a business endeavor, maybe your work bestie, something like that. There's maybe even problems or issues resolved surrounding how people view you or how you make money, maybe. Issues being resolved. Parting of the ways in either romance or business. Okay, so again, indicating the 7th house, you're parting ways with someone or something regarding the way your 7th house is currently going. Well, if you're single and you're parting ways with the single life, that could be looking and getting into a connection, quite possibly. But we have the dagger, fear, worries, and tense situations. This to me feels maybe more energetic than physical as far as things going on with a potential business partner or marriage partner, you know, boyfriend, whatever we're going to call it. This feels more like very eight of swords energy of the worries about, will I ever find someone? Will I never find someone? Could be coming up. But if this is the kicker here, Michelle, if you've already been in this energy of, you know, kind of wondering where your person's at, I see that ending in October. If that hasn't really been on your radar because you've had other things going on, maybe that's going to become the highlight for you in October. But because you have the warning about the fact that maybe you're going to be down about love this next month, there's ways you can preempt that energy and actually make it beneficial to where you're channeling that possible or potential woulda, shoulda, coulda, or why not ever me energy into something more productive. But as far as the month at large and your back pain, I want to tune into that as far as the back pain getting better. And I really did see with that Ink Pot card, problems to be resolved. Initially, that felt very much regarding back pain. And I don't think, and I mean, I don't see that your back pain is specifically caused by the spinal cord itself, but the ink is reminding me kind of almost as spinal fluid. So there may be something you can do to connect energetically to your spinal fluid and any fluids that are going, like if this is muscle pain, if this is a slipped disc. I'm not sure exactly what type of back pain you're dealing with, but you can literally talk to the cells, the muscles, the bones, the nerves, the organs of your body and ask that energy to flow. Because usually when we feel pain, there's some sort of energy hang up or blockage or lack of something going on there. You can tune into the intelligence of your body, because the fact you have pain, it's telling you, hey, something's going on here, something's going on here. And of course, it's a chronic issue for you, at least these past few years or so. But let's see what else you can do, Michelle, to bring this pain, to resolve it, All right, for Michelle, resolving this pain. Okay, so we had here the Four of Cups, but it came out in reverse. And it's interesting because it kind of came out like this into my lap, and she's just kind of like over the same old, and she's ready for like love, because Ace of Cups, new love or possible self-love. So tuning into this element of self-love, and I know that feels very elusive, self-love, and a lot of times self-love can be coupled up with self-care. Let's grab you a quick self-care message. We've always got this thing handy, and it's just good to know. So self-care messages for Michelle for the month of October to feel really good. Replacing negative thoughts with positive affirmations. And that's kind of what we were talking about with love. And then we have the word love, and then we have the little heart ribbon here. So there's really something going on with love, your love life. And if you're just kind of not even in the dating scene, this could be like self-love stuff coming up and causing pain, possibly physically, but also mentally for you. But again, knowing about these things in advance, you can like circumvent having to go down these spirals or what have you. But let's just say, identify your predominant negative thoughts. Take a piece of paper and draw a line down the center of the page lengthwise. In the left column, make the list of things you either don't like about yourself or think you need to change about yourself. This part of the exercise may be a bit painful, but it's necessary to identify your pain points so you can eliminate them. And then for, the other side of the paper, what are the positive things you feel about yourself, pretty much. So. Yeah, and I know that wasn't like super helpful, like an exact thing you can do, but I do see your back pain, just with the knowledge you have now, your back pain is alleviating. But there just may be something that you're not seeing. There could even be some sort of modality, massage, pressure, acupuncture, pressure points, something that you're looking into, some sort of modality that you can do on yourself. You don't even have to maybe go somewhere. Although if you do feel called to go to like an acupuncturist or like a chiropractor or something like that, they may be able to help you. But there's something you're finding yourself on your own, like energetically or information wise. Even if it's just trusting your own, asking your spirit, like, what is it I can do to get to the root cause? Because, yes, we all want to alleviate this pain, that pain, this pain, that pain. But why not just alleviate it? Why actually not just get to the root cause of it? And then it's the root cause. Once there's nothing for that to physically attach to, you can lift it. And even if that back pain cycle's coming back around, if you heal the root cause of whatever it is, and it's usually never physical. That's the kicker. That's the hard part. Because if it was purely physical, usually we can just roll up our sleeves and get to work, get it going, or get that surgery, or whatever it is. But when it's more energetic, mental, spiritual, emotional wounds that are the root cause of why we have this going on, that going on, that can be difficult. So like doing some sort of quantum healing for yourself, or even just doing a guided meditation for getting to the root cause of whatever issue could really benefit you, Michelle, and help you keep that at bay. Oh, you just came back from acupuncture today, but looking for another modality too. Yeah, I'm feeling almost like I'm seeing thumbs pressed into a point, which to me, that like a needle kind of going into a meridian, like seems similar. But what I'm seeing is maybe you just pressing your own thumbs or fingers, just kind of massaging it and setting intention, allowing energy to flow into that location to heal the root cause. And maybe even just meditating into that point in your back that you're feeling the pain, and just allowing any like claircognizant, clairvoyant, clairaudient downloads to come to you on what is the root cause of this, and asking your spirit, because a lot of times, even if we get to the root cause of something, like, okay, it was that time your dad hit you with a belt when you were 3 years old and you had no idea what was going on. That was me, by the way. My dad, when I was a 3, he hit me on the butt with his belt, and that hurt so bad. But maybe I got to the root cause of it, but like, how do I let go of that? How do I release that? That's where your spirit can come in, and you can ask your spirit to just get to the root cause and just dissipate that energy and let it flow. So you don't even need to have all the answers. It's just knowing how to tweak and how to twerk and how to work and how to get to the root cause of something. And then when in doubt, ask your true spirit to take the reins, to take the wheel. And I'd say 9 times, if not 10 times out of 10. And usually if it is 9 times out of 10, it's because I don't believe it's possible. Again, going back to the limiting beliefs. So maybe clearing some of that could help you. But yeah, I really see October looking like a much better month pain-wise for you, and just overall energy, and just feeling like, yeah, my life is in my control a lot more than you felt that in September. So I hope that helped for you, Michelle. All right. So our next donation is Florence, and I'm going to have to timestamp her. She had to duck out, so we will timestamp for Florence. And of course, anyone who's here that did want a timestamp for their reading, you can just let me know before we do the reading so that I'm aware and I can do that for you. I have no problem doing that for any of you, even if you're here during the live, but you just want that timestamp, you know. Oh, the sneezes. All right, Florence, 3604 for Florence's timestamp. Hey there, Critty. I did a free collective reading for everybody, but if you are looking to get a reading by donation, you can check the pinned comment or in the description below for how to donate to get that reading. I do have space for one more reading today before we go, so if you want to do that, feel so inclined. Otherwise, you can watch or check out that collective reading we did at the beginning. Or I do have a playlist of pick a cards here that I'm kind of slowly accumulating if you want to check that out. All right, so let's get into Florence's question. She is moving to, and I can never say this place correctly. Okay, so the energy of this place, M, Florence is moving to in the fall and would like to receive some messages for this new chapter, romance, abundance, new business, whatever needs to come through. Thank you. Probably won't be here, so we're leaving that timestamp. Okay. And of course, this is a full read for Florence. Let me just make sure we're up to date. Yes, no other donations have come in yet. So here we go. So for Florence, tuning into Florence's lovely spirit, energy for moving to this new location, M, which I can never pronounce, but spirit knows the deal. She would like to receive some messages for this new chapter, romance, abundance, new business, whatever needs to come through. Okay. So if you are having some stress about the move, this is literally indicating stress about moving or going somewhere new. I though see this as almost like unneeded, unwarranted stress. There's really no reason to be stressed about this. This feels very supported, both spiritually, physically, mentally, all the things. Like, it's supported. This is like green light, go, big thumbs up, good move, do it. You're on the right path. That's what I feel. That doesn't mean, though, there's not still stress to make sure that all your belongings arrive in one piece. And, you know, that if you're signing a lease or whatever, or if you're selling a place before having to move, like, there may just be stress or headache about, you know, maybe even sleepless nights, up worried, thinking about things. But really, again, unneeded, unworried. So you could skip the worrying and just deal with these things as they come up, and you're going to be just fine. Like, I see things working out for you. You're literally crossing a finish line, closing out one cycle, starting a new. It's not even starting a new chapter. I see this as being like a whole new book you're opening. And I love that you like, what are the messages for this new chapter? No, Florence, this is not just a new chapter. You're closing that out during this fall season, but then by winter time, you're starting a whole new book, a whole new series, a whole new world for yourself. And it feels really exciting. She feels free. And I'm reading that bird energy in the background is like eagle energy. And I don't know, it could be. It kind of looks eagle vibes to me, but it looks like it's kind of in the distance, almost like as a spirit animal. So maybe using the spirit medicine or animal totem of specifically bald eagle is what's coming to mind for me for you. Using the animal medicine and guidance of the bald eagle. Now I'm getting chills. And the eagle is, you know, kind of the U.S. representation of freedom. But a lot of us here in the US don't feel very free these days, at least not as free as maybe we once did. But this, what I'm seeing for you, Florence, specifically with this symbol, is about tuning into where you can free your time, where you can free your energy, where you can just free your spirit into this realm to really help elevate you. There may be actual multiple income streams, and just kind of taking a minute to really acclimate yourself to this new place because the people are different. I don't even know. To me, it feels like the language is different as well. Or at least a good portion of the population is speaking a completely different language than where you're coming from. And I want to say you're coming from Germany, but correct me if I'm wrong on that. So where you're moving, there's a whole different, not to say there can't be German or whatever your kind of mother native tongue is speaking in this region, but it's like the majority is speaking something else. I don't know if it's Spanish, Portuguese, something like that, just something different. Not to say you don't know this language, but it's just, it's just different. It's just different than what you're used to on a day-to-day, in your day-to-day life. But let's see. Oh, we have Four of Swords. So it's going to be very important to, yes, these big changes, and they can feel exciting. Like this energy to me doesn't feel like every man for himself. Let's hurt each other, survival of the fittest. No, this actually feels like brainstorming energy. And this reads to me more as your own energy. But there may be times where you're feeling, again, a bit overwhelmed with it all. Not that it wasn't the best move. Yes, it was absolutely, you're on the right path. You did it. You're making these changes for yourself. But, it's going to take a recalibration period is what I'm hearing. So you may go through fits and bursts of like all this energy and drive and passion to, redecorate or, decorate your new place or have this, something with work that you're really focused on for that week. And then the next week you're really focused on this other thing. But make sure you're balancing out all that busyness and work and effort with lots of rest and spiritual connection, relaxation. Let's get you also a self-care message because self-care vibes always come up in the Four of Swords, and it's also a card of healing. So maybe you're even having some old emotional or even past life stuff come up for healing for you as you make this transition. Yeah, we have facial rolling. So this is an exercise. So there may be a lot of just like sinus stuff going on for yourself. And this is a good way, even if you don't have one of these jade rollers, or I know they have like rose quartz ones and all sorts of crystal rollers. Even if you don't have something like that, you can just take, you can even do a bit of Googling or looking around for how the lymph is in the face. But you may be holding on to toxins within your face specifically, maybe even down into the throat and neck, but just doing some lymphatic massage, whether with a roller or something else. And I'm just going to hold this up. If you want to screenshot this or take a photo, I don't even know if I'm getting it. We'll kind of move it around. And if you need to take a screenshot of the directions on how to do, am I even on the right page? No. There we go. It's backwards for me, for what you guys see. So it's always a fun little trial and error to get things moved just right where they need to be. I feel like I need one more self-care message for you as well, Florence, in this transitional time. Okay, in this sunlight. So I don't know if where you're moving is actually, the reason you're moving there is because it is nicer weather year round compared to where you're currently at. Or even if there are change of seasons, the sunlight is just hitting differently, like in a good way. There's something about your connection to the sun that is going to be enhanced, or maybe even like codes or downloads that are coming through that sun portal are reaching you easier because you're in just a different energy when you're living in this new place. But yeah, you absolutely made the right decision. Let's just see as far as abundance. Oh, Page of Pentacles. I'm like abundance, and this flipped. I hope you saw how that flipped. That was so cool. New opportunity, possibly a new income stream. And that was the first thing I heard with this card, if I'm not mistaken. At least one of the first things I heard out of this card was like multiple income streams. So maybe as a result of this move, you're getting into something new. This could be something like a hobby that starts out as a hobby, or just something, a new facet of your work that you're just really interested in, and you're really allowing that to expand. Let's see if we can get a card for love in this new chapter / new book, whole new book that Florence is about to embark on here with her move to this new location. Let's get a quick read on her love life, just anything that can come through. Ooh, we have the Devil and the Wheel of Fortune. Well, I actually really love this combination because this is letting you know that there's some work you can do to clear out any karmas. Literal, this is the card of karma, and this is a card of temptation or returning to things, maybe bad behaviors or bad habits, people from the past that aren't best for you. Um, yeah, you're clearing this karma. So there may be, and maybe that's why there's this really big highlight on your own self-care, your spiritual connection, your spiritual gifts being really highlighted in this next chapter, or at least need to be a balance point with all this passion and energy and go 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 that you're doing once you move, to balance that out with this healing restful energy, because you're able to clear some karmas. But it may be that you're just yeah, and I'm like, what's going on with their hands? They're literally like, I mean, that's ew. Like, right? Like, let's not act weird like this, like, so you're clearing out people that just aren't in alignment with you. And that may take some time, it may just take a bit of time once you're settled into your new life, um, for love to find you. But you're still working through maybe some love karmas or things that are maybe standing in the way of you finding love. And we have here barrel. So you feel something is lacking in your life, and that might be the love. Yeah, perhaps love, money, or goals. And we did get this card in our collection collective reading, rain collection. Maybe you're doing rain collection barrel. I don't know. Very random. But we did get this card in our collective reading at the beginning of this live stream. So if you did miss that, feel free to check it out. And then camel, don't camels store water in their humps, or was that a myth? I don't know for sure, but I know they are desert animals. So there's something very important about water, because I heard rain collection and connection with the sun. There's something with that too. It's interesting. Maybe you're just getting higher quality water. I'm getting chills. Yeah, there's a message here, something about water, but persevere and you will overcome any problem. But specifically, if you're feeling like it's a drought in your love life, like there's no love, there's no water filling the barrel of your love life, just persevere. Do that inner work, that karmic clearing in your anything standing in the way of your love life. Make that your priority. Make your love life with yourself your priority. And do this healing, do this karmic clearing, Florence, and you're going to have love in your life eventually. I mean, it's not going to probably come in just right that second. The second you're really embarking on this healing journey, it's going to give you enough time to really fall back in love with your own self, and not in a creepy, vain, weird way, in a very spiritual love, very unconditional, loving way that most people will never attain in this life. So you're really going in on the self-love. And then we have Nine of Pentacles. Look at her just pampering herself, getting all the treats and things, but they seem healthy to me. Like there's a health highlight that you're putting on your life. It's like healthy sun exposure, healthy water you're consuming. Maybe you're just leveling up your lifestyle to also now include even healthier food choices. Yeah, you're speaking it into being. You're done settling for anything less. And maybe you're even moving through some emotional things that once held you to one version of yourself, that you're literally allowing them to flow, with this like bathtub energy here. You're allowing those emotions to flow so they don't need to be contained within you anymore. You can let them flow, let them go. Wow, pretty powerful stuff. You've made a really bold move, and it's a good move. This is a really good move for yourself. And this next chapter, book that you're creating for yourself is going to be much more loving, specifically self-loving. You're going to feel much more of a connection to the place, the location that you're at, than what you feel now where you're currently located. Overall, it's just going to be a better, even for your career. It seems like your career, you're having another income stream come in, or if it's a current income stream, it's expanding in such a way that you won't even recognize it as the same income that you were getting on it before. And maybe you're trying new ways with this endeavor that you never tried before, or you're finding ways to streamline your business in some way that it almost feels like the business is running itself. But we know that's not true. You've got a lot going on in how you make money, so you're still very involved, but it's almost like money's just coming. Yeah, and that's going to allow you to really be able, and I know you've traveled this place before and you love this place, but this is going to actually allow you to travel even more. You living in this place, and I don't know if you've done any kind of astrocartography, which basically is like astrology of where it's best supported for you to live. But I feel like this place in an astrocartography conversation, this place feels very supportive, much more supportive than where you are currently or have been. Much better vibe for yourself. All right, Florence, I hope that resonated for you. All right. So we've got her timestamp. Marlene! Yeah, I know. I surprise everyone. I'm like, well, I have errands to run today, but because I'm fasting, I'm like, I don't have to cook any breakfast or lunch for myself, so I might as well. Why not? Why not just hop on, do a quick live? That's why I said 3 spots only. Hour or less kind of live, and do a quick little collective reading. And then, of course, we're going to do our pick a card style reading that we already dealt out the cards for that. That's going to happen Friday, so same time, same place Friday. But let's, Marlene has donated. We got a 1 card pull for Marlene, which it's never 1 card, you know that. Let's see. So go ahead and post your question, Marlene. We're going to get right into it for you. And if you missed our collective at the beginning, it was pretty powerful. Just the synchronicities that came through in that. We were just like, whoa. 3 different containers. It was a bag, a barrel, and a basket. Bag, barrel, basket. And they all start with B. I didn't even realize that until just now. Very interesting. Yeah, 3 containers. And these are not full of container cards. Broken bridge, that's not a container. Ant, that's not a container. Vase is a container, so there's 1. Older man, not a container. Although he may be possessed, who knows? Ooh. Anywho, let's get Marlene's question going here in a moment. Oh, I dropped a card. Grapes. Time to go out and have fun. That might be part of your message. But let's see. I'm going to take a quick drink, and then we're going to get into your question. All right. Question is just a general of anything I need to hear right now. All right. Well, maybe you do need to go out and have some fun because that card did flop out. It kind of fell to the ground, so it might be difficult to find the time, or, their schedules are just kind of almost overlapping to where you're like, well, where am I going to find time to have this fun she's talking about? It's almost like you're going to find ways to make time to have even just 10 minutes of fun. It doesn't have to be a whole day or night or event or weekend of it, but, just ways to bring a little fun into your life. All right, what does Marlene need to know? What does she need to hear right now? Okay, so we have 3 coming in hot. We have boat, money or property through an inheritance, winning, or windfall. We have shield, you need to defend yourself. And key, successful outcome to your problems. So whatever, and this to me doesn't even feel like physical money or inheritance. This feels more like a karmic inheritance, but like in a good way, like good karma coming in, coming back, coming full circle. And this is very tied to our collective reading we got. We had reaping from some past event where you put in all this effort and love and it just wasn't well received, or it flopped or something like that. Like it's almost like that, because what I'm getting with this is like, back in the day, the main way of transporting goods from one place to another, especially near like ports and stuff, were boats. I mean, that was a really handy way to get things from one place to another. And what I'm seeing in my mind's eye is like past life energy. Not that you literally were in some sort of like lost at sea shipwreck kind of thing, although that if that resonates, that it feels important. But where maybe something was lost or you felt it was lost is now somehow being returned to you, maybe more energetically than literally. Could even be, again, past life stuff coming in. And this can just be coming in to really just help push you forward into this next kind of chapter or season of your life, to where things are finally moving forward because we have, successful outcomes to any problems that you're currently dealing with. Maybe even being able to ask for that money with that raise that you're going to do at work. And shield, you need to defend yourself. I don't see this as like a, like you're being attacked kind of defense, but just defend yourself. Like if someone's stepping on your toes a little bit, just literally make yourself a little bit bigger, stand a little bit taller, you just take up a little more energy, space, emit your energy out there. Let people know, hey, I'm here. Just really standing in your own power is really what I see with the shield energy. Just, allowing your power to kind of enter the room as you do, let it speak for itself. Let's see what else for Marlene. What else does Marlene need to know right now? What does she need to hear? You feel your energy is a little unstable, so I'm excited about this good karma. Yeah, it feels good. It really does feel like finally, like the word finally. And then diamond, you'll be receiving a gift or giving or I can read, I swear. You'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. And again, I feel very much you're ready to receive. You're ready to receive. It's about time that your ship, or in this case, boat, comes in. Very Three of Wands energy. Finally, you're going to be able to move forward on these plans. Finally, be able to take action. Finally, be able to go to that place you've wanted to go. Finally, be able to, experience something that feels fun and exciting and exhilarating, but also you're being recognized or thought of in a way from maybe someone close to you. And then we have, wow, lots of money talk here. So, I mean, I really do see this as that need to defend yourself is just to speak, your talents, your gifts when asking for this raise, say, this is what I feel I contribute. And, just really say it with your whole chest, really allow your energy to embody you as you defend yourself, in whatever capacity. But I do feel this is more, not that you're having to like be in defense mode, but just you're taking a very good offense so that you're not needing to defend yourself is really how I'm reading this defend yourself card, at least for you. I don't always read this card this way, so it's very nuanced for you today. But wealth, and we have valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures success. So you have two cards speaking of the word success. This one ends with success. This one starts with success, as you can see there in the little descriptions. And then you have the wealth card. And this to me looks like ancient wealth. Like this is not money. I mean, I know there might be some like Chinese coins and stuff that have the holes in the middle, like the pentagon or something in the middle of them. But that's not something we see every day, like that we're exchanging hands with. Like this to me reads like ancient money. And again, kind of going back to this karmic payment, karmic inheritance, karmic paying it forward from things you've done in the past that you never got to reap that abundance for. I don't like confrontation or making people feel uncomfortable, so I also try to keep peace. Yes, and I'm the same way. I feel you on that. But with this valley energy, you're going to use this deep personal strength to bring this peace and assure your success, but it's not like you're having to stomp on someone to get ahead or barrel through. And yes, you're saying it with your whole chest, but not in an aggressive way. It's just a very self-assured and radiant way. Like I'm seeing the sun just start really coming up over the mountain and just start shining. Like the sun's always there, but like sometimes it's dark, sometimes it's shining, sometimes it's blinding, sometimes we can barely see it, but you're just choosing to shine. Like that's what I see. And it's not to the detriment of anyone else, or no one's, at a disadvantage because you're shining so bright. No, you're just shining. You're allowing yourself to shine. I can speak up for myself when needed, but it does take a lot for me. Yeah, I'm the same way. I totally get it. But yeah, these next, I would say like between now and the end of the month, but I think we already did get a timeline for when you're asking for that raise. And, you're really speaking it from this place of just knowing your worth. And a lot of people, they'll ask for a raise, but even then they don't believe that they deserve it at times. I mean, but then there's that other place where their ego's like, no, I totally deserve it. But like deep down in their subconscious, they don't believe they deserve it. And maybe that's why the ego is being so loud, like, no, I do deserve it. And trying to convince everyone around them that they deserve it. I don't see that as your energy though. So this is just you really claiming what you know deep down you deserve, and just allowing your also now more person or ego side to also get with the program and understand, yes, you deserve this. Be confident, ask for what you deserve, and it will be given. All right, Marlene. Wow, that was pretty fast. I actually want one more. I want one more for you. For whatever reason, I want one more. Let's go to the Shadow Work Oracle cards. Real quick. One more for Marlene before we close out. And it's right here. Wounded Healer. The wound is the place where light enters you. Empathy, healing, and purpose. And this is kind of what we were just talking about. Is like, I don't want anyone else to feel uncomfortable. I don't like confrontation. Totally. And we were talking about just allow that light to really radiate. Be radiant, because where you're wounded, that's where the light enters you. Well, let that light just shine so bright, Cool. All right, Marlene, that was your reading. I hope that you loved it or enjoyed it in some capacity. But yeah, if you're just joining us or whatever, we're about to go. But I did a collective reading at the beginning of this live stream, and then we have a pick a card kind of for the month of October is kind of our vibe, but like with ancestral help. We use the Angels and Ancestors Oracle. And I already shuffled out the cards and picked the cards. They're just under my laptop here, so I don't want to distribute that or do this. What's the word? Disrupt. Distribute. Disrupt. The camera view here. So I'll just leave you sitting there. But we will do that. We will do that on Friday. So yeah, Friday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, I will be back here on this channel, and we're gonna start it out with a pick a card, and we kind of just, you know, do some checking on in and do some updates and all that fun stuff, usually at the very beginning, and then we kind of get into the collective or the free one card pull or the, in this case, Friday pick a card portion, and then of course any donations. And I'll have time to take your donations longer on Friday. So I will see you then. Thanks again so much for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see each and every one of you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot Live. Much love, peace, and have a wonderful rest of your week. All right, you guys. Bye.